A goal is something you do. It's something you achieve. It's something that you effort for. But returning to God, returning to that love, that reality, that's not something you effort for. That happens. That's the truth. That's the reality. It just happens.
If it happens, just happens, then is it then easy or difficult? Is the entry, the return, is that a natural, easy thing, or is that something that is
That's
difficult?
a natural thing. That's a natural thing. Easy or hard, it depends on the individual, but it's a natural thing. That's where we go. Some people struggle against it because they can't believe it. Some people don't want to go back to that light. They want to stay here. They have their own perception or their own idea of what the world is, and they don't want to leave it. Maybe they're afraid, or maybe they believe some kind of story about death and crossing over and where they might wind up. And indeed, maybe some of those fears or stories or hesitations are correct, because some people don't wind up in pleasant places. The hellish experience is not rare. Many people have hellish experiences, not just heavenly ones. Some people have transcendent experiences. Some people have the initial experience. Those are the 4 types. But still, you know, the wonder of wonders for me is having seen all these thousands of cases and been there with these people and having sessions with them. I'm not a scholar. I don't go in for that. I'm a field worker. I'm there. I'm talking to these people, and we have sessions, and I do body study and language studies and intonations of inflections of sound and voice and expression, and hey, I'm a cop's kid. I was raised in a police station. Police investigative techniques are my protocol. So I'm not satisfied with some of this scientific methodology, because it's not thorough. It doesn't dig deep enough. So I go for the thorough, and having sessions with the significant others and so forth and so on. And you just, when you dig deep, as I have, you get this broad spectrum. But in that broad spectrum is this, wow, fantastic reality. Because if you really listen and study these people, what they're describing is what we call the layer cake effect. That is to say, there are layers of the higher worlds or higher realms, and there are layers of the lower worlds and the lower realms that are more dense, more tight, more crushing, darker, and the higher realms are lighter and friendlier and easier, and a higher energy. And what seems to separate all the different realms or layers seems to be vibrational frequencies, and that you go to where you resonate. That's where you wind up. You go to wherever it is you resonate. And when I was looking at all of this and studying all of this, as I was doing it, it seemed to me like there were 12 heavens and 12 hells. At least there are very different, distinctive descriptions of the lower worlds and the higher worlds. But what's so exciting is it's open-ended. There's no bottom and there's no top. It's open-ended. So you're not going to dwell forever in some kind of hell with Satan. Not going to happen. You're not going to dwell forever on a cloud playing a harp. It's not going to happen. You can go, you can seek redemption and forgiveness. You can raise your vibration. You don't have to stay, you're not condemned forever in lower worlds. It doesn't happen. But by the same token, you don't stay in the seventh heaven or the fourth heaven or whatever we're taught. It's unlimited how far you can go. It's unlimited what you can become. So when we take again those phrases from the Christian Bible, or even phrases from the Bhagavad Gita, or other great texts, this idea of your gods in the making, you're co-creators with the Creator, then that becomes a much more dynamic process. Because whatever these worlds are, whether they're creations of our own mind, or whether they are actually real, solid, varying by degrees of frequency realms, and I think they really are that, none of that is our history. All of that is to help us learn and grow. All of that is purposeful. All of that gets us where we need to go, if we're willing to go. And when you consider the fact that it's an unlimited system, that there's no bottom, there's no top, it's an unlimited system, then to me that adds force and power to the idea that we are becoming co-creators with the Creator. What is it all about, Alfie? This song? What's it all about? I would give you the words of Jean van Riebeeck, and pardon me, I might be butchering his name, I apologize, but he was a 17th century German mystic. And before he died, some of his students went up and said, what is it all about? Why are we here? What is life? What is life? What is the meaning of all of this? And he said, God in the depths of us contemplates God who comes to us. It is God. Excuse me. God in the depths of us greets God who comes to us. It is God contemplating God. And that is awesome. And if you look at the sum of the near-death experience and the nearing death awareness and the deathbed visions and transformational experiences and Kundalini breakthroughs and shamanistic vision quests, if you get to the bottom of all of them, that's what they're all saying. That's the sum of it. And therein lies the passion. Therein lies the love affair that never ends, because the beloved is God.